What a match we witnessed today. The atmosphere here was simply electric. Two incredible athletes, Coco Gauff and Ekaterina Alexandrova, gave us everything. They battled for every single point. The crowd was on the edge of their seats from start to finish. This was tennis at its most thrilling, a real roller coaster of emotions. The stakes were incredibly high for both players. A place in the next round was on the line. Alexandrova, with her powerful game, looked to dominate. Gauff, the young American star, showed her fighting spirit. The tension was palpable even before the first ball was struck. From the very first game, you could sense this would be special. Every winner was met with thunderous applause. This wasn't just a tennis match, it was a spectacle, a true testament to the skill and determination of these amazing competitors. Ekaterina Alexandrova came out of the blocks absolutely flying. Her intentions were clear from the very first serve. She was going for her shots, and they were landing. Her powerful forehand was a real weapon. Gauff found herself on the back foot almost immediately. Alexandrova's aggressive tactics were paying off handsomely in those early exchanges. The Russian player seemed to be in a real zone. Her ground strokes were deep and penetrating. She was hitting the lines with remarkable consistency. Alexandrova's serve was also firing on all cylinders. She was racking up the aces and free points. It was a commanding display of first-strike tennis. Coco Gauff looked a little shell-shocked by Alexandrova's ferocious start. The young American is known for her fighting spirit, but she had little answer initially. Her usual consistency seemed to desert her for moments. Alexandrova's relentless pressure was forcing errors. Gauff was trying to find her range, her rhythm, but it was tough going against such an inspired opponent. The first set seemed to slip away from Gauff rather quickly. Alexandrova secured an early break of serve. Then she consolidated it with ease. Gauff tried to mix things up, to throw Alexandrova off her game. But Alexandrova seemed to have an answer for everything. Ultimately, Alexandrova wrapped up that first set with authority. The scoreline, a dominant 6-1, told the story of her control. The second set needed a different Coco Gauff, and that's exactly what we got. She came out with renewed determination. You could see it in her eyes. She knew she had to change something. Her body language was more positive. She started to move her feet better, to anticipate Alexandrova's shots with more precision. Gauff began to target Alexandrova's second serve more aggressively. This was a smart tactic. It put a little more pressure on the Russian. Coco also started to find her own serving rhythm. Her first serve percentage went up. This allowed her to dictate more points. She was no longer just reacting, she was taking the initiative. The early games of the second set were crucial. Gauff managed to hold her serve under pressure. This was a big moment, it settled her nerves. As the second set progressed, Coco Gauff's confidence visibly grew. She secured a vital break of serve. The crowd erupted. They knew this was a turning point. Gauff consolidated the break with a commanding service game. Suddenly, she was the one dictating play. Alexandrova, who had looked so imperious, was now facing a real challenge. Gauff's forehand, which had been a little shaky in the first set, was now firing. She was hitting it with more conviction, finding the corners of the court. Her backhand, always a strength, remained solid as a rock. She was also using her speed to great effect. Her court coverage was exceptional. Alexandrova was being forced to go for more, which led to more mistakes. The atmosphere in the stadium was incredible. Every point Gauff won was met with a huge cheer. The American was feeding off that energy. She was truly in her element. So, we headed into a third and final set. The tension around center court was absolutely immense. You could cut it with a knife. Both players had given so much already. Alexandrova had started like a house on fire. Gauff had shown incredible grit to fight back. Now it all came down to this. One set to decide who would advance, who would hold their nerve. The opening games of the decider were incredibly tight. Neither player was giving an inch. Serves were crucial. Holds were hard fought. Both Gauff and Alexandrova knew the importance of a strong start in the final set. An early break either way could prove decisive. The rallies were becoming longer, more grueling. Each point felt like a mini-match in itself. You could see the physical toll the match was taking. Both players were working so hard, but their determination was unwavering. Gauff continued to use her athleticism. The third set was where the drama truly reached its peak. There were some absolutely breathtaking rallies. Both players were pushing each other to their limits. We saw incredible gets from Gauff, turning seemingly lost points into winners. Alexandrova, too, produced some stunning shots under pressure. Her flat, powerful ground strokes continued to test Coco's defenses. It was a real battle of wills. One particular rally in the middle of the set stood out. It must have been over 20 shots. Both players covered every inch of the court. Forehands, backhands, volleys, it had everything. The crowd was on its feet, roaring with every strike of the ball. When Gauff finally won the point with a perfectly placed passing shot, the noise was deafening. These moments defined matches. Momentum swung back and forth. Alexandrova would hit a stunning winner to go up a point. As the third set wore on, Coco Gauff seemed to find an extra gear. Her relentless energy and fighting spirit began to wear Alexandrova down. Gauff secured a crucial break of serve late in the set. The crowd went wild. She was now just a few games away from a remarkable comeback victory. But Alexandrova wasn't finished yet. She continued to fight for every point. Gauff had to serve for the match. This is always a tense moment. The pressure is immense. But she handled it with the composure of a seasoned champion. Her first serves were finding their mark. She constructed the points intelligently. Alexandrova, to her credit, kept battling, forcing Gauff to earn every single point. It was a fittingly dramatic end to an incredible match, and then match point. In her post-match interview, Coco Gauff was beaming. She spoke about the incredible support from the crowd. She said their energy really helped her to keep fighting. "You guys were amazing," she told the fans. "I couldn't have done it without you." It was clear how much this victory meant to her. She acknowledged Alexandrova's strong start, saying she had to dig really deep. Gauff explained that after the first set, she just told herself to keep believing. She focused on playing each point as it came. She tried to be more aggressive and take her chances. This mental adjustment was key to her turnaround. She also praised her coaching team for their support and guidance. It's always a team effort at this level of sport. This win is hugely significant for Coco Gauff's career.